Creepers. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. It's like a jungle out here. Got a peacock, got birds chirping, roosters barking. It's a beautiful day, and good morning to you, creepers, for creeping with me. I love you. We're on the trail, Springwater Corridor, heading into Portland because I just found out my favorite baseball team, the Portland Pickles, are having some issues with Disney. That's right. Disney has a huge connection to Portland, Oregon as well. They know. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. We're talking pickles. Pickles, pickles, pickles. Pickles, pickles, pickles. Pickles, pickles, pickles. I love you guys. All right. Got the Creeper Cruiser ready to go. Yesterday we were on the old school Creeper Cruiser. We've got the Peacock this morning. Good morning. What do you think about this? You are beautiful. All right. See you later. All right. Well, like I said, we're on the trail going into Portland, heading into Lents to go to the Portland Pickles Stadium, Walker Stadium, which I had the pleasure of going to the Simpsons night via the Portland Pickles last year and had an absolute blast. One of the funnest times I've actually had in a long time. Love baseball, one of my first loves, even after, or even before basketball as a kid, playing Little League. And Portland and Disney also has a huge connection. We'll talk more about that when we get up to Walker Stadium. And the Portland Pickles, like I said, are having a little issues and are actually in, well, it has been, I believe, since March when the movie dropped, called Win or Lose by Pixar Studios, associated with Disney, using their icon, the Portland Pickle himself, Dylan, in the movie. And actually, Pickles are suing Disney. That's what's happening. We're going to go talk more about it. Walker Stadium, Southeast Portland, next stop on this beautiful May 2025 showing batter. Making our way off the Springwater Corridor now. Got the Lents Fire District, Portland Fire and Rescue Station number 11, and we are now here in the Lents neighborhood, which I believe, if I just keep following this, it'll lead us to the stadium. It's been a while since we've crept up this way, and I'm pretty sure this is the route. If not, we'll find it. But yeah, this area is really pretty. Love Southeast Portland. All right, Walker Stadium. Go creeping. Next stop, Southeast Schiller, 92nd, home to the Portland Pickles. I'm hoping they have their roster of games. It's usually on the fence. Okay, I see it. Very nice. The old walk. Yes, sir. Or madam. We are here. Stadium looking very nice. I think they get going pretty soon. I think their first game's at the end of the month. Like I said, we'll go over and check out the calendar events, but there's a few things I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about. In fact, I'm going to lock the Creeper Cruiser up and we're going to do an old-fashioned walk and creep and talk. We'll check out the calendar and tell you guys more about why the Pickles are in dispute with Disney right now. There's even a chair there. If you guys don't know, anybody gets a home run, they raise the chair. Nice. All right, I even got my Portland Gherkins hat on, which is an affiliate of the Pickles, not officially the Pickles. It's the little baby pickle, which they do play this year at some point. I'll come back and show you guys the roster. we're a little shaded out. And I got the Creeper Cruiser parked here. This is Walker Stadium. Again, I had the best time here last summer. I think it was in like August. We did Simpsons night. They do a whole bunch of different themed nights. But this is home to the Portland Pickles, if you guys don't know. Minor league baseball team. A lot of folks that play for them go on to the majors. And they've been doing this for quite some time now. And that was our first game that we got to see here at the Walk. And I tell you, it's such a blast. It doesn't even have to be a theme night to come here and really enjoy what the Portland Pickles bring to the stadium. In fact, I'm going to flip this around because I don't want you guys to miss out on any of the kind of scenery, so to speak. Yeah, we got the big bleachers over here. We sat over on the opposite side, over on that side, but this is the home, like I said, to the Pickles. And Disney has found themselves in, no pun intended, well, maybe pun intended, a bit of a pickle with the Portland Pickles. So I will also insert, you know, pictures. This is, like I said, stated the Gherkins, but the Pickles have their own insignia, as most, you know, Major League Baseball teams or teams of that sort, doesn't necessarily have to be baseball, have some sort of moniker or emblem that they use for their teams. Some may have been quite controversial over the years and have changed, but the Pickles kind of being the first ones to, you know, utilize the pickle as their mascot. And not to say it hasn't been done before, but officially, you know, license it and trademark the emblem, which is very similar to what Disney and Pixar has chose to use for their animated cartoon, if you will. And the Pickles were like, no, you cannot use that. And here's what I think. It could be a total coincidence, but when I was doing my homework on the Simpsons night, I noticed that they originally had done some artwork with, you know, the Simpsons likeness and the Portland Pickles mascot Dylan kind of teaming up with Bart. And then all of a sudden it was just gone. And I thought, well, maybe they got a cease and desist from Disney, because now Disney, you know, owning the rights to the Simpsons, kind of saying like, hey, you guys can't use those. And now with the Portland Pickles kind of having the upper hand, if you will, maybe it, you know, became a full circle moment where it's like, hey, you know, if you guys are gonna, you know, make the little guy pay for something like that, then why could the big guy use the little guys? Not to say they're even little, because they've grown quite a fan base here and quite a liking on all their social media too. And like I said, it's just incredibly fun. So if you haven't been down here, first and foremost, you definitely want to get down here and check out a game. But it got me thinking, like, you know, it's amazing to me that, you know, a big corporation like that would even do something so, you know, kind of just childish in a way. And the thing is too, is like, it's an intentional suit. So it's not even like, you know, it was like maybe misconstrued or it just happened to be the likeness or similar to it. It's pretty much identical to what the Portland Pickles have been using and, you know, will continue to use up as until now, as of May 2025. But as you can see there, Dylan T. Pickle. And they also, you know, both teams, the Gherkins and the Pickles, have used, you know, the certain font since they basically began, as you can see here on one of this fan's hats here, kind of that like cursive style font. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that all pans out. But at the moment, the Portland Pickles, you know, pretty much not happy with that, and I don't blame them. It's like, you know, you can't use you know, somebody else's likeness. I mean, if you change it a bit, I mean, I could see where it might be like, you know, the best form of, you know, I don't know, honoring something is like, you know, copying, or I forgot how the actual saying goes, you know, the best form of, I don't know, what do they say it? I don't know. I forgot how the saying goes, but it's basically like, you know, if you're copying somebody, you know, you should look at it as that's pretty cool and flattering, but not really. If you're using your likeness and you're making money on it and you're already a huge corporation, then it's kind of like, it's kind of silly. It's like, well, then why would the Pickles, you know, invest in so much time and energy to create such cool art to have somebody basically just rip it off? That's kind of the way I look at it. In fact, they've got a few of the characters up there. They even got the Gresham Grey Wolf, which I'm thinking that's one of the first games. I'm hoping to catch the Gresham Grey Wolf's game as well. So we'll see how it all pans out. But I'm with the Pickles on it, where it's like you basically can't just rip off somebody's art and make it yours, you know. And it's like, flattering as it may be to have somebody like that kind of like in a way using it, it's also kind of like, it's just stealing. It's like, it's not a form of like gratitude, it's more like just ripping them off. So we'll see how it all pans out. But I also wanted to show you guys the stadium and just show you guys how awesome it is down here. So, oh, they just turned the sprinklers on too. Nice. You gonna raise the chair? All right, nice, bro. Heck yeah, I'm with you guys on that whole Disney thing too. That's not cool of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro, for sure. All right, Dylan, we'll keep them posted. Yeah, I think the movie pretty much already came out. So at this point, I mean, unless they basically like take it off of the shelves or however that works, but they're also more concerned, I think, about the merchandising. I mean, that's kind of how these teams, you know, also make financial moves, is by marketing their merchandise and also showing the love for the city in which they're from. So I don't know, it's just, I love Disney, don't get me wrong, and like I said, the connection to Portland, Oregon, with Walt Disney's folks having a house in Southeast Portland, Ruth Flora Disney being buried here, I mean, it goes on and on. The roots run deep with baseball and Portland and Disney and everything. So, like I said, I love Disney, but man, come on, really? You guys can't just rip people off. That's not good, man. So yeah, it looks like they are starting in May, or, you know, at the end of this month. And Gresham Grey Wolves will be on the 29th, so I'm hoping to get to that game. And then they also do a ton of events. Rockin' the Walk, Wolf Night, tattoos. So yeah, a ton of great events planned, but this is the one I'm hoping to get to, is the Gresham Grey Wolves. That'll be really cool. All right, we're moving on. Hopefully they can get this all figured out and they won't be in a pickle. It's more like Disney's in a pickle with them though, because I don't know, they owned it first. They were the first Pickles. In fact, the Portland Pickles were kind of created, I think, I could be wrong, by the show Portlandia. They were like, we need to start a baseball team. All we need is a cool mascot. They were like, we can pickle that. So, like I said, I'll keep you guys posted from Walker Stadium home to the Portland Pickles. Yeah, it's beautiful here. In fact, they gave us a press pass and we sat up in the boxes and stuff and was able to catch the game from bird's eye, so that was pretty cool. Flip this back around. Yeah, like I said, I don't really want to step on any toes with Disney, because I do love The Simpsons, and now they are owned by Disney, so it's kind of like full circle with Matt Groening being here from Portland too, and his love for baseball and the whole baseball love and roots and everything. It's a touchy subject, but in my opinion, everybody's got their own. I feel like Disney should not produce any more of the likeness of Dylan T. Pickle, or basically any of the characters that they've already created. Come up with your own stuff, man. All right, just on the back side of Walker Stadium here at the light. I was gonna go over here and get a Slurpee, and it's closed. 7-Eleven gone. Ghost signage. Oh well, get somewhere. I was gonna get a Slurpee, but now I think about it, I need coffee. We'll go somewhere else. But yeah, this is the back side of Walker Stadium over here next to all these beautiful trees. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that lawsuit. Disney's got so much money. Who knows? Who knows? I do want to get to a game though this year for sure. In fact, a few. Hopefully I can get another press pass. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, pickles. No. Got this bullpen over here on the back side. And as kids, this is where we would play Little League. They've got the bases out. Ooh. Been a long time since I've even stepped on the dirt. Yeah, it's a nice diamond. With the big backdrop here. Or, you know, the big batting cages. Somebody's done the lines up. And we're touching the base for good measure. Hopefully this brings some luck to the Portland Pickles. Yeah, it's on the backside over here. Doing a little maintenance to the field because they are starting. I think it said the 27th. The old ball game. Yeah, Portland's got rich history here with the Portland Mavericks and the Portland Beavers. And at one point we even had the Portland Rockies, which my buddy was good buddy Travis was the bat boy for. And then we have now the Pickles, which is not professional, but like I said, a lot of folks will go on to play for the MLB. Look at this, it's a home run. We just ran the bases even though we ran them backwards. I ran them backwards, what a dummy. Oh well, all that matters is home plate with all the nostalgia. Portland, Oregon. All right, we're moving on. I definitely need a coffee. That's a nice area. They've definitely fixed this up since we were kids. I think this is where they can like keep score and stuff too. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna double back. Get back up on the sidewalk. Swing, bada bada bada. Because it's root for the home team. All right, coffee time. All right, we're just creeping right along now for some coffee. Yeah, I mean, to get back to what I was saying too of them using the Portland Pickles, I mean, it's not identical, but it's pretty darn close. And, you know, it's not the first time. I remember, I think it's Child's Play 2, when one of the toy trucks is pulling in. It looks like it says, you know, to the naked eye, it almost looks like it says Toys R Us because it's the same font, but it's like toys for them or toys for kids or something, you know, where it's like basically the same icon and color and everything. They just kind of switched it up so they wouldn't have to pay rights to all that. Oh wow, they put the food carts back. The food carts are back. These were gone for quite some time. Wow, these ones are looking way nicer. Yeah, this is probably the same vendors, but it's like looking way nicer. When did this reopen?
March. We start from March.
About 2 months. Oh, really? Very cool. Looks a lot nicer. Thanks, bro. Have a good one. Yeah, this is right off Foster. I'm not really in for lunch right now, but I do want coffee. So we're just going to kind of keep creeping. But yeah, symbols and icons. All right, we made it all the way down here to Southeast. I thought, heck it. We're going to pop in and show you guys Walt's parents' house. I think Walt resided here for just a few years. His sister Ruth Flora Disney residing here as well. And back in the day, there was 2 properties, this one burning down, but check it out. They've added a touch of detail. I think they painted it since the last time we were here as well. But if you look at the address right above the mailbox, see if we can zoom in. There's a Mickey Mouse. 2 Mickeys, hidden Mickeys on the address. Do you guys see them? So yeah, the connection runs deep here in Portland. The Disney family house. That is so cool that they added that Mickey Mouse street sign, and also, or you know, address, and also this is all brand new. So I thought, heck it, we're already down this way, we may as well come see the Disney house. Portland, Oregon. Yeah, I love the fact that they kept this in the family. I think it's still owned by the nephew. It's under the Disney family name, still under the property records, but that's so cool that they added the Mickey Mouse. And there's a whole new house here since the last time we were here. Alright, we're still creeping. Yeah, I love that they added that Mickey Mouse. That is so dang cool. I think the video that we did before when we were here, there's pictures of his parents sitting right on the front porch. I think I entered those. But there you have it, Walt Disney, or you know, Mickey Mouse. The Mickey Mouse house. Love it. Portland, Oregon. A lot of history from Disney and baseball. Pretty dang neat. Somebody said too in the attic there's some scribbles of some old Disney drawings. I don't know if that's a myth or not, but I'd love to get in there someday and check it out. Pretty cool. Coffee achieved. I went with the cold brew. It's getting kind of hot out, so I was getting thirsty too. But yeah, we're getting the Art Deco 7-Eleven here on Hawthorne, my buddy's shop, which I always like to pop in. He's on vacation right now. Well, he's off. That is good. Yeah, we'll see what 7-Eleven goes back up over by the Pickles Stadium. That was weird that that one closed. Always like creeping in there and getting Slurpees and stuff. But anyways, we're gonna head back to the Gresh now. That cold brew hits good. And this beautiful 2025 May. Back in the Creeper Cave now. Nice cool Creeper Cave. It got warm. I actually ended up taking the bus home. My dogs were barking. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. From the Creeper Cave, reporting what's happening to, again, this is the Gherkins, which is affiliates of the Pickles. We'll keep you posted as to what happens with the Disney Portland Pickles. I wouldn't say feud, I would definitely say legal matters. Love you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I always forget which side. And also, give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy this. Get to a Pickles game. Maybe I'll see you there. Until next time, Creeper out for now. Peace.
Creeps, the rest of more